0-1 to Bigby. Swinging a chopper over to short. Owings has got it. He goes to second for one. On to first. Great turn by Gonzalez, and they get him. Priester gets out of the inning thanks to Nick Gonzalez receiving that toss with a bare hand and firing a dart to first base. 6-4-3 on the high chopper. Owings picked up the short hop. Gonzalez knew he had to hurry, and the nice pick by Nunez gets Bigby by a step. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Priester gets out of it unscathed. 1-2. Endy rips this out to left field. Bradley working back. He's going to play that off the wall. It's short hop the wall in left center. Triolo read it beautifully. Gonzalez in to score. Jared right behind him. And Endy Rodriguez ties this game with a 2-run double. 0-1 pitch. That's on a line out to center field. Valade coming on. He dives and he makes the catch. With Andujar at first, the 2-0. Smith and Jigba skies this high in the air, right field. Davis back at the warning track, at the wall, and it's gone. Just get it up in the sky and see how far it goes. And he gets into one. Out to center, sending Matthews back to the warning track, and that is way gone. Off the batter's eye, dead center. Decker Scheffler opens scoring in the bottom of the second. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high, deep drive out to left field. Keenan working back. He'll watch this thing fly to the top of the lawn near the concourse. You want to talk about speed and defense. Mason Wynn has some juice, too. A 2-run blast puts Memphis ahead 4-1 here in the top of the fourth.
But it's how the response happens.
That one drilled out to right. And they are teeing off in the top of the third. Back-to-back-to-back homers. This one from Mickness. Listen, Kent State, they smelled blood in the water yesterday and they attacked for 29 runs. They're pouncing here.
Wow. And this one was elevated too.
They put up 11 on one of the better pitching staffs in the Mid-American Conference, but they're trying to bounce back from that 18-run loss. I mean, this is the lineup to right the ship if there's any.
Right, and love the mix C.J. Horn inserted after hitting a home run yesterday off the bench. Move Zach Lane up after scorching hot at the bottom of the lineup. Put Gregory down where he has speed in the 8-hole. And then Konat still, again, one of the best number 9 hitters in the entire conference. So you still have the middle of that order where it's at, but shuffle things at the top and bottom and see if that can jumpstart.
There were tangible adjustments there. You can see them clear as day. They take on the 6'5" junior lefty from Hudson, Ohio, Joe Whitman. 14th start this year. This guy has been nails. 8-1, an ERA at 2.6 in 69 innings, punching out over 11 guys per 9, walking fewer than 3.5 per 9. That strikeout to walk ratio is excellent. This guy's a winner, man. 8-1. You take a lot from that record. I know that wins and losses, you know, especially at the big league level and in the minor leagues, they don't mean as much as they once did, but you're putting yourself and your team in a position to win time in and time out. First pitch swinging, and Lane lifts that out to left center field. It's Morozic and Matthews converging, and Matthews makes the catch on his backhand. One pitch and one out.
And with Whitman, his last 6 appearances, Jack, have been dominant. Has not given up more than 2 earned runs during that stretch. And the strikeout to walk ratio is fantastic, yes, but he lets the defense do the work too. He's unafraid to stick around the zone early in at-bats, let the ball fly into the air on pop-outs, ground-outs. And this defense, as we saw yesterday, very stout with Longwell anchoring over at first. Tim Brook is stellar at second, and the outfield has speed all the way around.
Unshown by Tellier, but he pulls it back. Tellier 0 for 2, did drive in a run yesterday. Spun in for a called strike. Ball State had a pretty lengthy meeting before this matchup after this 29-11 loss yesterday. Hudson French has a little bit more on that, Hudson.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, we saw them in the bullpen, a full team meeting for about 35 minutes, and it was only Coach Maloney talking. Now, Ball State catcher C.J. Horn told me it was purely to light a fire under this team's tail. He told me they believe this series is 0-0, and what happened yesterday is forgotten. Basically, they believe that they can come in and win this series, and they want to attack Joe Whitman early.
Appreciate you, Hudson. And listen, I mean, Ball State is locked into the 2 seed in the MAC tournament. Kent State is the 1 seed. We know it's going to be in Kent. Obviously, a sweep and having the series in Muncie would be great next week for Ball State, but they still have a chance to win this conference tournament, so I think quick memory is what Coach Maloney is really preaching.
And you have a chance to win the series against the top team in the MAC at the end of the year going into that tournament. There's still so much to play for, and to me, I think it speaks volumes that neither one of these coaches pulled the starters away from this game that were originally slated to start with Whitman and Weatherly, and through other players. They still want to attack the opponent and find a way to win. They know how much regular season wins mean, and it's hard to win in this league, period, and they go up against one of the top 2 teams. That's important.
100%. 2-2 fell back, and Tellier's fighting in this plate appearance. You know, speaking to that point, Rich Maloney, Jeff Duncan, they want to see each other next week. I'm sure you want to beat the best in order to get into the NCAA tournament here. Both these sides 30-win teams. Kent State on the cusp of 40 wins here. There's a punch out for Whitman. Heavy fastball, 2 away.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday, Jack, but the ability to make the NCAA tournament, it runs through the MAC tournament. That's how you get there. Kent State wins the regular season, but Ball State knows how important it is to play as strong as it can at the end of the year. Could possibly face Kent State at least once in the tournament, maybe twice. Who knows how that's going to all break down. But you want your best shot against the other team's best shot at the end of the year to see how those matchups are going to look in the tournament.
And the thing about baseball, from college baseball to the big leagues, I mean, even high school baseball, 2 great sliders from Whitman here against Peltier. But the thing about baseball is you can have fluke games, and I think Ball State wants to prove to everybody, including themselves, that yesterday was a fluke game.
No question. That feels like a fluke game.
Yeah. 0-2. With 2 sliders and a fastball that just missed the inner edge. Whitman looks really sharp really early.
I was going to say, that is possibly the best 0-2 pitch somebody can throw.
Yep. On the 1-2. Peltier got a piece. Hitless yesterday. Doesn't happen much.
It has recently,
yeah.
But as a whole, you're right. This has been a tough stretch for Pelt. No hits in the last 5 games. Just 1 hit. That's all it takes sometimes.
It's a hot shot, but rolled right on the ground to Jackson. He won't get it this time. 1-2-3 inning from Whitman. He matches Weatherly. Through 1, scoreless in game 2 between the Cardinals and Golden Flashes.